Oh, and finally, our tech story of the week. Hackers can jailbreak digital license plates to make others pay their tolls and tickets. Hackers, boy, they really know how to run amok, don't they? So, digital license plates, which are legal to buy in a growing number of states and to drive with nationwide, they offer a few perks over their sheet metal predecessors. You can change their display on the fly to frame your plate with novelty messages. Oh, okay. Or to flag that your car has been stolen. Oh, okay. Wow, that's cool. Okay, so your digital license plate you can change it to kind of, maybe you want it to be festive or something cute. But then if someone steals it, you can literally have the plate saying, "I'm stolen car, call 911, get the police involved." That's interesting. Okay, well, now we've talked about the positives. Let's talk about the negatives. Apparently, they can also be hacked to enable a less benign feature. So, changing a car's license plate number. They can be hacked to change a car's license plate number at will to avoid traffic tickets and tolls, or even pin them on someone else. Okay. Dark side. Got it. So, Joseph Rodriguez, a researcher at security firm IO Active, has revealed a technique to jailbreak digital license plates sold by Reviver, the leading vendor of those plates in the U.S., with 65,000 plates already sold. By removing a sticker on the back of the plate and attaching a cable to its internal connectors, he's able to rewrite a Reviver's plate's firmware in a matter of minutes. Wow, the jailbroken license plate can receive commands via Bluetooth from a smartphone app to instantly change its display to show any characters or image. Yikes. Oh, good Lord. So now, he also points out that this could let drivers with the license plates evade any system that depends on license plate numbers for enforcement or surveillance, from tolls to speeding and parking tickets to automatic license plate readers that police use to track criminal suspects. Yikes. This is wild. So if you can change the license plate number whenever you want, you can cause some real problems. What I tell you guys, hackers don't play. Hackers are here to run amok. All right. So now this could also allow drivers to use the plate's features, including its built-in GPS tracking, without paying Reviver's $29.99 monthly subscription fee. Man, dude, again with subscription fees. Oh my gosh, guys, we are going to own nothing. Good Lord, how many monthly subscription fees must we endure? Can't they just sell the system as one lump fee? They could, but they won't because, $1 bills, y'all. So if you don't like paying fees and you know a little bit of tech savviness around, or you know a good hacker, you could pretty much surpass the system and use the GPS tracking without having to pay the fee. Now, because the vulnerability that allowed him to rewrite the plate's firmware exists at the hardware level in Reviver's chips themselves, Rodriguez says there's no way for Reviver to patch the issue with a mere software update. Instead, it would have to replace those chips in each display. So the 65,000 plates, digital plates that have already been sold, they cannot, unless they physically grab them back and whatever they do with the chip, they remain on the road hackable. But there's some good news. There's some good news here, guys. Let's see. First, it says, Rodriguez says there's no way for Reviver to where is it? I saw some good news. I promise you. Where is it? All right, maybe I spoke too soon. We'll get there. We'll get there. Okay, so apparently Rodriguez reached out to the company according to him, several times to let them know of this issue. But the company's like, nah, we just found out about it like this week when y'all told us about it. Okay. So the company noted that jailbreaking a digital license plate to avoid tolls, tickets, or other law enforcement surveillance would be a criminal act subject to prosecution by law enforcement. Yeah, it doesn't mean it's going to stop people. But go on. Continue. The company adds that the jailbreak technique identified by IO Active requires physical access to the vehicle and plate removal, specialized tools, and expertise, and that the scenario is highly unlikely to occur in real-world conditions, limiting it to individual bad actors knowingly violating laws and product warranties. Okay, some good news. This isn't like something that I would be able to do from my computer right now, like do and hack in. You have to have physical connection with the license plate. You have to have a special tool and know what you're doing. Rodriguez is also redesigning its license plates to avoid using chips vulnerable to Rodriguez's hacking technique in the future. Great. So for the future purchasers of these digital license plates, they will be in a much better position. For the ones who've previously, y'all stuck. Sorry. Now, if that tool that is needed to hack were to leak or be sold online, Rodriguez himself says he doesn't plan to publish it. He says anyone could use it to jailbreak their own plate in a matter of minutes. Oh my goodness. After I just told you guys good news, he says this. They just need to connect a cable and install the new firmware, just like if you were jailbreaking your iPhone. Oh, okay. So it's still a process. And nowadays, people also do have like cameras on their vehicles. So if someone's messing with your stuff, you could really take a look at that. But you'd have to either be someone who regularly checks their footage or know that someone was messing with your license plate to do that. So in addition to the physical access and time necessary to pull off that hack, however, a license plate saboteur would also need to overcome a feature of Reviver's plates that sends a notification to the owner when it's detached from a vehicle. Okay, that would require jamming the plate's radio communications while tampering with it. Rodriguez's note an added wrinkle that makes the attack even less practical, but not impossible. Okay, speaking of impossible, this does sound like it belongs in the Mission Impossible world. Like that's who would know how to hack this and jam the systems and not let you know that you've been hacked through your license plate. Straight out of Mission Impossible. Digital license plates are currently legal to buy and register in California and Arizona. Michigan briefly allowed them, which I guess they pulled back on that, with many more states considering legalizing them in years to come. As that rollout continues, Rodriguez and Curry argue that license plate makers, transit regulators, and law enforcement all need to be aware that any system that relies solely on license plates as an identifier may be susceptible to digital license plate hacking, with potentially chaotic consequences. So basically, what I'm gathering from here is keep your metal licenses. You don't need a digital one. Do I really need to have a theme for the month? No, I don't think so. So no, but in all seriousness, this I'm glad that Rodriguez highlighted this issue so that Reviver, whether or not it's because they're being called out or they really didn't realize, is putting in things in place to kind of circumvent this from being an issue moving forward. I honestly didn't even know that digital license plates were a thing. I haven't seen any. I haven't really paid attention. And since they've only really sold 65,000 and they're not even legal nationwide, it's possible that I would not have seen it. Is it legal in Florida? Is it legal in Florida? I'll look that up later. Not too sure. But yeah, like if it's okay, if it's a Bluetooth thing, if it's an internet thing, if it's a digital thing, consider the ability to get hacked a real thing. A real thing. That is the new that is the world that we live in right now. I'm almost like, man, I wish I had learned how to be a hacker just so I could learn how to avoid being hacked. I feel like hackers would know how not to be hacked. And then it makes me think about what's it called? Elementary, which was a Sherlock Holmes spinoff that Lucy Liu would play Watson in it. I forget the name of the guy who played Sherlock. Funny dude. British fellow. I think he was British. Anyway, so the funny thing is that Sherlock would, from time to time, when he was really stuck in a tight spot and couldn't get the resources that he needed, he would solicit this like group of like, I don't want to call them social warrior hackers, but like hackers who could do almost anything, could hack anything, but they move with a purpose. So he would have to agree to do some silly things for them to help him. But it makes me think about that. Like, I need to be friends with some hackers. I have a feeling that it's going to serve us well in the future to know some good hacking people. So I'm putting out applications for some hacking friends who can hack, who are good hackers. And this is for protection purposes only. I do not intend to hack anyone's information. I'm just trying to protect mine. So, yeah, this is only going to be the beginning, but this is it again. It's the amount of variables that involved in the story for you to be able to hack. Again, is like James Bond, Mission Impossible levels to me. Like, you have to have the right tool. You have to know, you have to have the firmware. You have to know what you're doing as far as working the system. And you have to be able to remove the license plate without alerting the owner. So you have to like block the signal somehow. That's a lot of layers of things that you have to do. Not to mention like locating the vehicle. So if you are dating an ex who is a hacker genius and your breakup was not amicable and you have a digital license, maybe keep your head on a swivel.